Hey everybody, Corey here. Now, if you watched this video, you might have noticed that it was uploaded earlier. You might have seen it before, but we had to take it down due to content of a sexual nature, and we had to re-edit it. Even though what they were referring to, the sexual nature, was of somebody who was fully clothed. It was referring to something that a movie does, a series of movies does, a series of movies that are PG-13, and discussed on the channel that is clearly marked as not for kids and solely for adults. But still, we were deemed as a little bit too offensive to the oh so sensitive advertisers out there. Although I question if advertisers would actually scoff at a multi-million viewed video that gave them millions of eyeballs, but just showed a little booty shaking. However, we're not that. We're just the little guys trying to scratch by the best way that we can. Anyway, if you watch the video again, we do hope you enjoy. You'll notice where it was re-edited. We hope we don't offend. And as always, we thank you and appreciate your support. Thank you. Close your eyes, baby. Daddy don't want to offend you. I'll corrupt you. Hey everyone, support our Patreon, which helps us to continue bringing you our live streams, videos, and podcasts while bringing you new content such as exclusive live streams and animated shorts. This movie's so big. F9. F9, y'all know that was the biggest movie ever of 2021. It was just out for one weekend. I guess he just heard the news.
The hell of a place to cut into.
And I did that shit on purpose. This is not a movie. This is an event.
An event.
That's why. And even though I'm not the biggest fan, you know, I thought it was all right. But I respect the love that it's getting.
There's something about it, and I guess it's the whole franchise, the whole product itself, that, yeah, you watch this, you go like, it's too long. The dialogue's not great. The story is some of the CG is really terrible. And yet you just want to enjoy it.
Because they're your friends now.
Yeah.
That's how this movie's getting by. I promise you, this movie getting by because they said family so much. You motherfuckers think y'all related to them now.
Right.
You spend so much time with them, and you really are family now. 20 years.
Yeah.
Of just doing dumb shit. But hey, you know what? We're doing it together.
Well, it's family that doesn't just rudely out of nowhere go like, you gaining weight.
Yeah, no, that's true. But they are getting stupid.
There's that.
Yeah, you look good, but you're just dumber than ever, aren't you? Nah, you know, this is like family. This is like your stupid cousins, your dumbass uncles out here
Doing backyard wrestling.
Yeah, exactly. Well, y'all ain't had some redneck ass or ghetto ass cousins, man. You got them now. One, because I've been actively catching up with these movies. One, I have been actively avoiding for years out there. Has caught up with me, like a lot of things in my life. Starting to catch up with me. Turns out
You can run for only so long, Coleman.
Yeah, sure. You can only run for so long, man. Turns out I wasn't fast enough. Definitely probably furious about it, though.
The race is around the factory and back. Who's in?
You're like, wait a minute, what's wrong with Dom's face? What happened? What the f*** going on with his face? Oh, people, I don't know how many of y'all keep up with Popeye, but if y'all keep up with Popeye, somebody like, why is Donald like Alice the Goon? Do you remember Alice the Goon?
Yeah, of course I remember Alice the Goon.
I'm sure that's a handsome dude. They probably picked him because they wanted to make him like a goofy Dom, but he looked like that chick Alice the Goon from Popeye. Look at that. Look at that right there.
Yeah.
Now look at my man over here.
Yeah, a little bit like a platypus.
Yeah, if you put a little hat with a flower on his head. People, that is the Fast and Furious spoof called Superfast. Now some of y'all out there, if y'all know me, then, and let me pull this up here, because if y'all know me, then y'all know my history with the people who have made this motion picture right here.
Oh yeah, you love those guys. Some of your favorite filmmakers.
Favorite ones to hate on right here. Freeberg. See, I almost want to say their names like I don't like them. Freeberg and Seltzer. You again, man. They were, these two were my mortal cinematic enemies, man. They may not have to know me, but I definitely know them. I used to hate them movies so bad. I'm on their Wikipedia page.
Are you?
Yes, where I am like their arch nemesis. They say Corey Coleman of Spill and Double Toasted has said that these are the two worst human beings to ever exist on this planet or something like that. Maybe I did say that. I don't know.
Funny thing about that, most people we talk to say like, hey, how'd you find us? Oh, it's on YouTube. It was for a review for Meet the Spartans or one of their other movies.
Yeah, man. Even last night I was hanging out with some people and they said, boy, I remember you were mad as hell about Meet the Spartans.
Move on! Are no match for the year's biggest movie. See what you got.
People.
Wow, you guys are Batman and the Joker. One created the other.
And it looks like we are destined to do this dance forever because I've been trying to avoid this shit. People. I spent my early critiquing career, or days, whatever you want to call it, driven into a rage by watching their films. It was torture for me. Imagine sitting down with your friends and family and somebody says, hey, watch this. And they put on a movie and it is the nastiest, worst porno you've ever seen. Can you imagine being surrounded by your parents, your friends, and the awkwardness, the shame that you would have, the embarrassment.
Yeah.
Because that's how it was, man. I went to so many screenings of these movies right here, so many of these screenings where we watched these movies in a room full of people who just did not laugh. Every now and then, the person sitting next to you, every now and then, somehow, you would make eye contact with each other, and just the shame in both your eyes, just the uneasiness, man. And then you look at your phone and say, "We're just 15 minutes into this." They would not end.
Yeah.
These movies would not end.
I know.
It was like watching a comedian bomb for an hour and a half.
That's how I feel watching some of these. It's a comedian, and maybe not even a professional comedian. just somebody there who thinks they're funny and won't stop telling jokes, and all the jokes are bad and in bad taste and not funny, and they aren't reading the room. They aren't getting a sense that nobody likes them, and you have no idea when they're gonna stop.
That is so true, man. I've sat there tortured, wondering when this is going to end. Time just don't exist with these movies, man. Something happens.
Yeah.
Freeberg and Seltzer. I rue the day I ever heard these two in their names, man. But I will say this, as I matured, I realized, all right, look, I'm a new person now. I realize that some people actually do enjoy these films, and I should respect that. I have this attitude where I respect people because after all, maybe the last couple of years, maybe the last 4 years, they put life in perspective for me, but they're just movies.
Yeah, that's true.
So after watching Superfast right here, and let me just say, I also respect Freeberg and Seltzer as artists, man. Maybe they're not making the art that I like, but I do have to respect from one creative to another. I know the work it takes to make anything, especially a movie. So, pettiness is done after all these years. I got perspective now. But after watching this, have I maintained that maturity? Tell you what, let's go ahead and take just a little bit more of a look at this trailer right here, and we'll be back to talk about Superfast. All right, okay. So look, did you see this?
Oh yeah, I saw it.
I don't know how you feel about it, but I'm going to say I'm sorry ahead of time. 'Cause I don't know how you feel about this. I'm feeling a little uneasy about this.
Are you?
Yeah, I am.
You're that friend who brought the movie to the party.
Yeah, I'm the one that put on the porno. Yeah, showed it to you and your parents. Man, what was I thinking? I'm sorry. So was I able to retain my maturity that I just spoke of with these movies after watching this? Actually, yes. Barely. Oh, so barely. Oh, I'm hanging on by fingernails. What they say, the skin of your fingernails or some shit like, oh, I'm barely hanging on, people. I'm trying to be a good person. I'm trying to be a good person, Mark. Trying to be. Because I'm going to tell you.
Fighting a good fight.
There was a time after watching this, after watching any of these movies, but even something like there was a time I would have said, F these guys. Sick of this. But I did not, man. Now I find myself doing something I never would for old Freeberg and old Seltzer.
What?
I'm looking at this and I'm doing something I would never do. Giving them praise. And I could barely get that word out. I'm so conditioned to not using any kind of word like that around them. But I will give them praise. And I'm going to tell you what I was impressed with. I was impressed with some of the humor that they were doing here in this. And let me just tell you why. This is something I wouldn't even have admitted. I would have been so biased I wouldn't have admitted it back in the day because they put me through so much shit. But I will say this. It is hard to parody a movie that's become a parody of itself.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
I mean, these movies are doing a good job.
I know. I mean, an advantage that this has is that it's a parody of the first 5 movies. Before that, they cut off right before the movies really jumped the shark.
That is true. But they do hit certain marks that are kind of clever here. Because they really did go in and pay attention to some of the things they did.
That's the thing. I know you struggled with this, but I watched it, I was like, you know what? Compared to their other movies, this one is good, and it has an attention to the source material. They aren't just going off and going like, well, that's enough parodying that. Let's just do some stupid shit. I was like, they're actually parodying these 5 movies.
And they hit marks. They hit certain marks. Because, with this, I'm impressed with how much attention they paid to detail with some of this. Because the first thing that you see when the movie opens up is what we see in all Fast and Furious movies. You're like, what, cars? No, ass. That is accurate.
That's accurate.
You see ass before you see cars in these movies, man.
What's this movie about again?
Shit.
Are there going to be cars? I don't know now.
Shit, too ass, too furious. They start out so clever that they actually make fun of the audience that watches these movies, man. Because look, everybody wants to be cool like these gearheads in these movies. Everybody wants to be like Dom, everybody wants to be out there in the streets.
Everybody thinks they're Dom. Nobody thinks they're Hector.
No, not at all, man. But come on, man. I mean, yes, some people watch these movies, they know everything they're talking about. They speak the lingo. But a lot of motherfuckers don't out there.
Let's see what you're packing under the hood.
Things with a lot of tubes and curly coils coming out of it. With a red doohickey and... Vin, he's got one of those fancy thingamajiggers.
I say the exact same thing every time they open the hood.
Well, yeah. In the movie, when they open and they're describing everything, you nod your head like, yeah. You have no. If somebody sent you to the auto zone to buy that stuff, you wouldn't know what to say.
No, you be saying what he said, man. I need a thingamajiggy and a red cool thing with the tubes coming out of it with the light. I say the same thing that man said. When I watch these movies, I'm nodding my head like I know exactly what they're talking about. I know a thing they're saying ever. Fast and Furious, if for nothing else, this is one of my the first one is one of my favorite movies for having one of the for extras in there that are a little bit too extra. Oh yeah, man. I wish Vin Diesel just sell your ass down.
I know. Like, well, what are you saying?
I do not know this man's name. I'm talking about, let's see here. I'm talking about, and y'all know him probably as Mexican number 3 in the baseball. That man right there, the first time I watched this movie, he stole the show.
He
He stole
did.
that scene right there. As big as Vin Diesel is, he yanked that shit from him. Stole that
He
scene.
almost had me. Oh, you shit.
Oh, no, man. Right? Oh, that's crazy. He didn't have shit.
Shut up.
I know, man. Isn't that crazy, man? That white boy, he must have this fucking. They have extras like that in
Yeah,
here,
oh, yeah.
man.
In full body seaweed wrap.
In the background.
So I'm like, damn, y'all got the extras down too. Some of the production is even, because y'all know it's cheap, but some of the production was even kind of on par with the
It
movie.
was. I mean, until they get to the third act, then the budget's gone.
Ran out of money.
But
Ran money.
prior to that, yeah, I noticed that too.
Because you know, if you watch, we were talking about with Too Fast and Furious, where some of that, you know, the CG was very noticeable in that. And look, this almost is, they're almost parodying that in a
Right.
way, like with scenes that look like not street racer, but speed racer. You know, honestly, those backgrounds are not too much different
They're not.
from Too Fast and Furious.
I would have balked had I not just rewatched Too Fast, Too Furious and go like, yeah, it's about on par.
I mean, they might have just a little bit extra more money, but the shit is about the same.
Yeah,
yeah,
in
come on.
fact, that's even more CG.
Oh, that is true. What I was really impressed with was the way they nailed the character of Brian. Brian,
They did him dirty.
man, they did it wrong. That white dude drove up and he's just as goofy as and y'all saying, man, they exaggerating that. That boy ain't that goofy, man. No, when we're talking about Paul Walker. Y'all
Yeah.
like, man, they exaggerating. That boy ain't that goofy, man. No, he's not. But goddamn it, he's close.
He's close. It's what you make fun of when you watch it.
Yeah.
and they saw the same thing and say like, oh, let's pump this up.
Man, Brian was he was goofy as in that first movie. Like that scene where Vin Diesel was putting his ass in place.
Ask any racer, any real racer. Winning's winning.
Shit, he looking for an exit. He looking for an exit and see all them brown people. He's like, shit, I ain't going no. I'm gonna take this ass with me.
Right? I hope this is just a lecture.
He like, goddamn, I f***ed up in this neighborhood. Nah, man, there's that when this opened up, I was honest to God impressed. I'm not being sarcastic at all. I was like, damn, you really did pay attention to this movie right here. You actually nailing this right now. I don't know if Fast and Furious is just an easy target.
That's what I wonder. I was like, is it an easy target? Are they able to do better with this movie because they aren't trying to throw in from every different movie? Plus,
Yeah.
with movies with budgets so big, they couldn't possibly do a good job.
Before it got to this,
Yeah.
you know, they were a little easier to probably parody and spoof and whatnot. But man, you saw, man, I'm trying to be a better person, man. But right when I give these fools all this credit, man, they gotta fuck it all up.
I'm trying, Ringo. I'm trying real hard.
Trying real hard to be the shepherd, to be the better man, to be a better human being. But God damn it, y'all won't let me do this shit. Cause y'all don't know when to quit. I'm telling you, man, I'm giving them credit. They will take a joke and stomp that shit into the ground.
That's the biggest problem because
God damn them.
Because they pull off parodying things from 5 different movies and making it all one cohesive story. And I
Yes.
appreciate that. But every so often they'll get a joke, good or bad, and run it into the ground. And it's like, man, maybe you just feel like you don't have enough material because you need somebody to come in and go like, just this one. Just that one joke, and then we move on.
Yes. But
But they go like, nah, if it worked once, it'll work 6 times.
I'm just asking y'all to stop not stop making movies, not stop doing spoofs, but just stop while you're fucking ahead. You had some shit that was working. Yeah, I laughed. But what do you want? What do you want from me? I gave you a laugh. I gave you a hard laugh. You just keep going and going and going. Not all the jokes are good in here, okay? I get it, but there are some that honestly made me laugh out loud. I'm being completely honest with you. They made me laugh out loud, only to snatch that laugh back from me later, talking about the fuck you laughing about. You, man. Man, they have some hilarious physical gags in here. You know, I can be harsh on physical gags. They don't do it right.
Yeah.
They have some funny physical gags in here because I found myself making these little cheap jokes to myself, and so I laughed when they actually did it. Go! Man.
Oh, that girl's ridiculously hot.
Oh, too fucking hot. I was almost mad they ran her over.
I was almost kind of glad they did, because it was like, she's distracted me from everything else.
No, Mar's like, no one else should have that. If I can't have it. Shit, Mar was one driving the car. If I can't have it.
No one.
No one will.
I did laugh out loud at that. I did not expect it.
I did not see that coming, man. I laughed so hard at that. Could they leave it there, though? No. That wasn't even necessary. Yeah. The joke was done.
I know, yeah.
We laughed. Yeah. We were moving on.
Yeah.
And y'all cheaping that shit by throwing a wig on something. That don't even make no sense.
Yeah.
I don't know what the fuck that means. All that credit that I gave them for nailing certain scenes, man.
It's a bad comedian who makes a good joke on accident. All right, man, you got something. Yeah, and then this happens. You know.
Man,
no.
We had a good laugh. See, the problem is
that's not the most egregious case of that, though.
Oh no. It's
that's it. It's just the first one.
People. Fast and Furious does a good job at making some of these scenes great. They're funny on their own. They ain't got to be stupid about it. These are classic scenes, man. And so if you're gonna spoof them, you better do it right. We've been laughing about this scene as we've been talking about these movies.
What are you smiling about? Dude, I almost had you. You almost had me? You never had me.
Oh, shit. Oh, I should have shut the fuck up.
I know. he thought it was going to be a big bonding moment. Yeah, you almost did what you didn't. Come here, big guy. Come on, let's go get a Corona.
Yeah. He thought they were going to be buddies right then. Shit, he thought he was family right then. He like, oh, fucked up. Way to go, Brian. Learn to shut the fuck up sometimes. But, man, that's a classic scene right there. So if you're gonna mock that scene, you're gonna parody that scene, you better do something great. You better do something very clever. You better come correct, man. Whatever cleverness that they had that they were using before the movie that I was talking about, they used all that shit up. By the time 5 minutes into the movie, all that shit is used up for childish. Fuck you with your childish ass, really? It took 5 minutes before Beavis and Butthead took this shit over.
I saw that joke driving up, coming around the corner.
Yeah, everybody did.
Yeah.
Shit, I almost wrote down, oh, here we are reverting back to 13-year-olds, but I'm not going to insult you 13-year-olds like that. You motherfuckers saw that shit coming too and be like, wow, that is so fifth grade.
By the way, that guy looks a lot more like Mark Strong than he does Vin Diesel.
He does. He sure does. Oh, Alice the Goon. I actually like that guy.
No, I do too.
That guy was actually pretty cool.
Yeah,
I liked him as an actor.
Him and the villain, they were my two favorite actors in this.
Yeah. It took them 5 minutes to just drop every little bit of cleverness there. They just couldn't hang on. They just couldn't do it.
Hey, you knew what this was.
But I thought it showed promise.
So
it showed promise.
You want to put up that screen with all those other posters again?
No, because I feel stupid. That should have been a warning. Wow, to think that I had hope and didn't abandon all ye here who goes forward or whatever the fuck, man. But the thing is with those jokes that we just showed,
yeah,
man, those things they're over quickly. Even then, I was like, well, that's cringe. That's bad. That's childish. But at least it's quick. Let's move on to what you were doing before. But no, man, as the movie goes on, those jokes that are so bad that they were bad for that split second they told them, they start to stretch them out more and more. They get painfully long.
Ready? Here we go.
See, that's that shit that made me hate your ass years ago. Stop. You don't have to keep doing it. Shit, getting flashbacks right now. Shit, thinking about this. Why do you... If it's not funny, then stop. It wasn't even funny when they started.
I know. But they don't have a gauge that it's not funny.
Man, they come back to ruin jokes.
I know.
They come back shit that we found funny before.
All right, I gave you a point for that one. You did? Well, what if I do this? Fine, I'll scratch it out.
Yeah. People, we laughed at a joke. It was fine. And they made an effort to drive back around. They laughed at that shit? Hold on. Shit. Let me ruin this motherfucker for him. That joke with the Brian dude coming in, you know, the corny white dude. Oh, did Corey enjoy that? Well, fuck, we can't have that, can we? Like, 7 minutes later, they can't even let me have that. Don't let me enjoy that shit. They had to come back and ruin that joke. Oh, he's white. Yeah, we got it. It was funny for that second right there.
No, you ain't got it yet.
Oh, no, apparently we don't. Oh, what did I say? They got to curb stomp this shit into the ground.
You'll be fine.
I'm so white that when I went to an all-white boarding school, my nickname was Cracker.
Okay, stop it.
No!
Leave it there.
Oh, no.
But you make the point. That just
Oh, no.
Don't keep
No.
going.
I might have made my point, but I don't think you get it.
I don't think you do.
I don't think you do.
Hockey. I water ski.
Kind of funny,
I
but
put potpourri satchels in my underwear drawer.
no.
I wear Crocs.
Y'all talking about stop, Corey. Stop. No, man.
Stop.
No, man. I had to deal with this shit. No.
But we got it, though. You're making it less funny the longer you stay and keep doing this.
No.
Why would you do this?
We got to suffer together. I love Misery Loves
I was
Company.
on your side. Why would you?
Misery Loves Company. My motherfucking name is Misery right now.
And my
People, did I get my point across?
Yeah. I think.
For all y'all sitting out there talking about, but Corey, they did better this time. Fuck all y'all, man. I had to sit through this shit. You gonna bear witness to some of this with me too. God damn it. Full disclosure, I got some laughs throughout the movie. It's like it's not like it just stopped there.
Yeah.
Cause something would catch me off guard.
By the way, even that scene goes on past that.
Oh, you real? Yeah, that's not the end.
That's not the end.
I'm being merciful. That's not the end. I mean, I'm mad, but I ain't heartless. The shit kept going. They had about 5 more white comparisons after that. Y'all remember, did they not?
They did.
To be fair with y'all, man, some things caught me off guard, and I did laugh. I'm not sitting up here stuck up. There probably would have been a time where I'd just be hating and just yeah, and I just couldn't get it out of myself to laugh out of, even if I genuinely wanted to. But there were some things that did catch me off guard here, and I was like, even someone was like, "Oh shit," and I laughed because, you know, fair, you got me. That's funny, man.
It's childish, but it's funny.
I didn't see that coming. Or, man, now I've said this. Now, I did give them free breaking salsa. I did give it to them. I said, man, I'm silly. Y'all know that. And every now and then they'll do something that's just so stupid, so silly, just so ridiculous, man, that I have to laugh no matter what. Because it's just so stupid. Man, you see I'm laughing hard, so I'm being fair. That had me laughing, man. I rewound that shit over and over. man with just silicone breast up, just screaming, screaming his ass off. That's what got me. He was just swerving and screaming, man. All right, that had me laughing. And they've been in the past. I even told some people. I said, man, I don't expect anybody else to laugh at it, but they had some scenes that are just so out of nowhere, man. Are just ridiculous. Like they had I think it was a disaster movie. They had the chipmunks in there. The chipmunks,
what?
The chipmunks went rabid.
Oh, okay.
they just attacked. They just attacked the crew in there. Oh, and the worst is that it's even funnier that they're just cheap ass puppets.
Oh, Jesus.
I even thought that there were small bits of cleverness popping up here and there that were, again, making fun of the movie in a way that I was like, man, you got them right there.
Well, they name all their characters after the actors who play them.
Do they?
Yeah, it's yeah, because the sister, her name is Jordana. The Letty character is Michelle.
Oh, so that's why his name is Vin. And
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't even see that, man. That's hilarious. Man, because listen, one of the
As a matter of fact, even the Brian character, it's instead of Lewis Black, it's Lewis White.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny. You know, there's moments in the movie because I've always laughed at the Fast and Furious movie. I even said that later on. You know, especially with like Dom, Vin Diesel's character, he just posing.
Yeah.
You know, just mean mugging and posing the whole movie. And I laughed because they made fun of that in this.
What's going on?
Just follow my lead.
You know, I laughed at it. And that was kind of subtle because in the background, everybody's like folding their arms up, trying to look on badass and shit. But that's quickly ruined by an embarrassing joke that just
goes on for way too long.
Goes on way too long. Shit, even he got tired of that shit. That's what I wanted to do. I swear half of this movie is just padded out with jokes that go on too long.
Yeah. I actually when they said you got to audition, and I'm thinking of Too Fast, Too Furious, they had to audition drivers, so they break into a dance. I was like, oh, okay, that it caught me. That's funny. But then, like you said, they couldn't let it be. It couldn't be a joke that you got to laugh at, and they moved on to the next thing.
No,
it was like it's like if you laughed, it rubbed your face in it. Yeah, you find that funny, don't you, motherfucker? Here, take more. You keep laughing. No. I'm sorry. No. You thought it was funny.
They got a guy in here mimicking Dwayne Johnson, The Rock, and I thought that shit was funny.
I did too, because he's got that body and he's dressed just like him.
And he comes with that look.
Yeah, he's always cocking his eyebrow and rubbing himself with baby oil. I was like, this is funny.
Yeah.
That's exactly what he does.
The Rock does that, man.
In these movies, he steps out looking around.
Yeah, this guy
trying to show
had him
everybody
down.
how hard he is.
Yeah. Rubbing all that baby oil on there. Well, I hope you love that baby oil joke because they keep it going.
For God's sake, someone give me some more baby oil.
Last thing this joke needs is more baby oil and more time. That's a running joke to the movie. It's like, fuck, we got it.
We got it.
Tight shirts and baby oil. God damn, man. Do something else with this character now. See, start out so funny and don't know when to stop. Or don't know when to change it up. Shit, it even gets to the point where the movie just gets so lazy that it just turns into like, they start reducing themselves to cinematic dad jokes. I mean, and I'll be honest with you, I did laugh, but I laughed because I was like, damn, boy, y'all didn't put no work into that at all.
Something smells fishy.
An actual, boy, when you you just stop giving a fuck when you turn to prop comedy.
Can I tell you something? The only thing that didn't make me vomit with that joke was that initially when he said something smells fishy and the camera cuts to the women, I was like, don't make that joke.
Okay.
I was like, don't do that. And then it cuts to an actual fish. I was like, all right.
So you were relieved.
Yes.
Well, now you make me wish they had cut to the women. Because that joke is so bad. That joke right there is bad. People, come on. Once they just, like, they start out with jokes, they stretch them out too long, then they stop trying because, you know, the fish joke and everything, and it gets to a point where they just stop doing jokes. They just start doing voices.
You know, I've been collecting the Despicable Me minions. I told you, you know that.
Okay, that's enough.
I like that guy a lot. The actor, he's going for it and having fun and really into it.
That's the thing. I actually like them. I do. No, seriously. Because and to prove it, I'm not just making this up. Because I pulled up something later on that I'll show you. I like these two. Fuck them.
He didn't have to do the voice at the end, but the cameras were still rolling. And he's like, I'm just improv, and they're probably gonna cut this, and they didn't. Because the idea that he was really into the minions and naming them all, I was like, this is funny. It just, you know, like you say, it stretched.
Yeah, the accents they're doing and everything. I'm not even saying I'm offended by the accents. It's just that thick, and it's just it gets to a point they think that the accent itself is funny more than actually doing any kind of joke or anything. They even start to recycle. Man, they recycle some terrible jokes. I mean, if you're going to recycle, take some of the best ones. I don't know if you noticed the two I'm thinking about. They recycle two bad jokes, like very, you know, obvious jokes. I mean, we're talking about joke writing, not even 101. This is the consultant class before you even go to it, man. Look at this shit right here. This is just lazy.
Wow. A lot of stolen merchandise. Wow.
And then you cut to something that actually has a lot of stolen merchandise on it. At least you got that out the way. Like we said, you did that quickly. Oh, no, they like that one. Oh, no, you didn't like that? You didn't think that was funny? Oh, we did, man. Shit, like, maybe, you know, here, maybe we do it again.
De La Soul's stash must be there because they brought in the strongest vault there is.
I know.
Get the fuck. You mean really?
I know.
We're going to do this again. Okay. All right. Cool.
I know.
Yeah, I feel he should be petting me right now. I know. I know. It's going to be all right. I know. It's not going to be all right. It's never all right with these movies. God damn it. They don't even, they just get tired of working at some point.
Yeah, when you get to the third act, they start getting tired.
They stop trying. They go on break and say, hey, you finish this shit. You write the jokes. Really, this is a joke that should be written. This is a show. This is more of a show and not telling kind of joke right here, where they bring out the types. You know, y'all seeing the types in these movies, and they do nail the types.
I mean, making fun of the Fast and Furious movies, it is funny that they go like, oh, they always do this, they do this, they do this.
And they should do more with it.
Someone who can draft?
Because Asian guys are cool.
Even gave him the gong. It was a little gong.
Was it a gong? Ding. Well, you know, he's Han, always eating something.
But that's all they call him. Rap cameo, cool Asian guy, and model. It's like, man, any other clever movie, even slightly clever, would actually put those types in there, and we recognize them and we laugh, and then they would make jokes with them.
Yeah,
they don't do no jokes with them.
They don't.
The joke is what you see right there. That's it.
The joke. Well, listen, we've been on them about keeping it short, so they did.
But they keep coming back.
Yeah.
Hey, rap cameo. Hey, cool Asian guy. It's like, can y'all do more with them besides just calling them by these names? Because we fucking get it. We got it before they even walked on screen.
Boy, but that's hard.
Exactly.
And we don't want to spend a lot of time on this.
Yeah, the movie just kind of like, hey, y'all think of something better than you complain and you do something. Shit,
that's placeholder, right?
Yeah.
I mean, if you want to call it that.
Yeah, it is. And the movie ends. And the movie's like, I'm like, man, are you trying to piss us off? Are you trying to make us mad? Because the movie ends. The movie ends bad. Like, I understand, like, y'all ain't had, you ain't got no real jokes anymore or anything, but just if you ain't got something at least to, like, end strong on, just fucking cut it off. Because the way they end, it don't even make any sense.
You have reached your destination.
Oh, yeah.
Come on! Deal with it, bald bitch.
Get it? Because the character's bald. A fucking wig joke? That's what you gonna end with?
Yeah, they wait till the last 10 minutes to start going like, oh, by the way, you're bald.
Yeah, because they didn't have nothing else. They just start looking around the room for things to make fun of. Oh shit, you bald headed. Get the fuck out of here with that wig joke. And you know what? I didn't even think about it. Like you said, wow, that late in the game. The shit you probably should have started with.
Or had somewhere early on, but no.
The movie's so bad. And look, I know. What was I expecting, right? I know what I was getting into. God damn it. I mean, listen, I guess some progress was made.
Yeah.
I'm at least able to point out the things that I thought were funny.
Exactly.
You know,
you can't do that with any of their other movies.
No. You know, at least I said there was some improvement. I even gave them credit for being, oh my God, clever. Wow. Thought I'd never use that. But I will also tell you, this is one of those movies that is so bad that I like the outtakes better.
Oh, I hate outtakes that are just a bunch of the crew or the actors laughing at each other and fucking up their lines.
I would normally, but first of all, none of this shit was all that funny. And there's a scene, because some of this shit is real comedy. Like there's a scene where your boy right here, he slaps the shit out of his co-host.
He does.
Do you want a job or not? God damn it! Do you want? Don't laugh.
Hey man, what the fuck? Oh, like he slapped him for real.
He did. Because he apologized after.
Shit did. He got lost in his improvisation. That's why I say I like these guys, because that dude, that guy at the beginning, he totally gets lost in his characters.
He does.
Do you want a job or not? God damn it! Do you want? Don't laugh.
You know, he gave it when they got through shooting, he's like, don't you ever do that shit again. Fucking hit me like that. I was in character, man. Well, fuck, you make it out of it. Ease back. Slapped his ass for real. Motherfucker lost himself.
Hey, don't laugh next time. But you won't laugh on the second take.
That guy, he's good. He gets so lost in his characters. There's a point where they're doing a scene. He don't even know he's crying. You see that?
Yeah.
Es un castigo de Dios. Oh my God, am I crying? Why am I crying?
Shit, you just realized the movie you in right now.
That's the thing I was thinking. I was like, did he forget what movie he's in? And he starts going like, this is a comedy. Why am I crying?
He even says, why am I crying with these spoof movies?
This is a funny movie. Why am I crying? You just want to prove that you're a good actor. They never get Oscar from these spoof movies.
He's just like, for this bullshit.
Yeah, he
kept himself.
He got mad. I was crying. He was like, all this fucking talent. I'm in goddamn Superfast. All these tears are wasted on this goddamn film.
Everybody else, they're constantly flubbing and laughing. I was like, this was a chaotic set.
It sure was.
And like, man, it took a lot of takes to get just simple performances out of people.
It was, man. I was looking at some of this. I was like, God damn, y'all lost a lot of money on this shit.
Yeah, I better be glad Don Cheadle wasn't there.
Yeah.
Cussing out everybody. His name is Lee, goddammit.
Ain't even no Lee on the set. Lee, goddammit. And if he ain't here, you better get one.
You can forget about coming over tonight and watching the season finale of The Bachelor. You son of a bitch.
Fuck, I almost...
Even Friedberg so like, God damn it!
Yeah, or even the guy playing Brian is just like, fuck. Can we just get through this?
Damn.
I don't want to be here all day.
Yeah, y'all know he's like, shit, y'all got plenty enough time to fuck in the trailer. Leave me out this shit. I want to go home. I want to get to my next audition for a real movie. This movie here, Superfast, I will say that there is some progress that has been made with these two. This is funnier than the average Friedberg and Seltzer film. And I want to see this anyway. That was another obvious joke right there. Big ass taco.
Oh, I know.
Yeah, there's a joke in there that's like, boy, that's a big ass taco. And yeah, what do you see? Big ass taco. Get the fuck out of here. But, you know, believe it or not, funnier than most of the other movies that I've seen, at least for me. That is why, you know, usually these movies I would say fuck you, but this one is some old bullshit. And we've made progress at this point.
Well, I felt kinder about it than you did. As a matter of fact, it is painful to watch them run good jokes into the ground. But they equal opportunity. They run the bad jokes into the ground as well. And as the FF movies have gotten more ridiculous, this is not even as ridiculous as some of those. So I don't know. It was more of it was a rental for me.
Yeah. I wish
Maybe
I could
a low
be,
rental, but still a rental.
I wish I could be there with you on that.
I understand. I
wish
understand.
I've been through too much bullshit with these people in here. Even the chat getting mad at me. They're talking about really some old bullshit. Corey, what happened to you? What happened to you, man?